craziest courtroom moments of all time. It is reasonable to assume that decorum, order, and reasoned conversation will rule in the sacred halls of justice, where the serious quest of truth meets the weight of consequence. But the courtroom may also be a venue for the completely unexpected, the strange, and the downright surreal, as history has frequently demonstrated. The history of law is filled with examples of absurd defenses and strange legal tactics that defy understanding and reason. In addition to capturing the public's attention, these incidents offer important insights on the intricacies of human nature, the boundaries of legal reasoning, and the quirks of human behavior. In this investigation, we go inside some of the most iconic courtroom scenes ever, where the distinction between reality and fiction is hazy, insanity triumphs over reason, and the gavel resounds with the weird and the exceptional. Join us as we explore the stories that have jurors, judges, and legal experts scratching their heads in shock, from the notorious Twinkie defense to the bold lemon law plea. So get ready for a trip into the world of legal quirkiness, where the pursuit of justice occasionally takes the most confusing twists, and where the only thing that is certain is the unexpected. Greetings from the world of the most outrageous courtroom incidents ever witnessed. Sometimes, incredibly strange and surprising things happen in courtrooms. Here are a few noteworthy instances. 1. The defense of lemon law. A judicial dispute that defied logic and stunned both observers and legal professionals occurred in the hallways of a California courthouse in 2015. An odd defense tactic known as the lemon law was attempted by the man at the center of this strange case when he was charged with drug possession. The lemon law, a law intended mainly to shield buyers of faulty cars from unintentional purchases, didn't seem like a practical resource for handling the intricacies of a criminal prosecution. But the defendant, maybe clinging to any hope for mercy, claimed that his circumstances were remarkably similar to those covered by this consumer protection law. The main thrust of his case was the claim that the illegal drugs he had purchased from his drug dealer were of inferior quality, similar to a faulty product. The defendant argued that in the same way that a disgruntled customer is entitled to a refund or replacement under the lemon law, he should be released from criminal liability for owning what he considered to be bad drugs. It was an analogy between a malfunctioning car and his allegedly inferior drugs. However, the presiding court was not persuaded by the defendant's attempts to fabricate a story of entitlement and displeasure among consumers. The lemon law argument was rejected by the court in a rapid and decisive ruling, finding it to be legally implausible and completely unrelated to the case at issue. The attempt to link drug possession to a defective consumer transaction was indeed a step into the realms of legal absurdity. Even though the courts has a history of hosting unique legal interpretations and original legal arguments, the fact that the judge dismissed the defense served as a clear reminder of the essential differences between criminal law and consumer rights, namely the inability to use consumer protection laws as a shield from criminal responsibility. In the end, the experience functioned as a warning, emphasizing the dangers of clinging to shaky legal theories and the foolishness of trying to combine contradictory legal theories into a cohesive defense plan. Though the boldness of the lemon law argument briefly caught the public's attention, its quick dismissal served as a reminder that strong legal reasoning and respect for long-standing legal norms always take precedence in the courtroom. 2. The sovereign citizen. Because it challenges established government power, the idea of sovereign citizens has long piqued the interest and confused legal experts. These people follow an unorthodox philosophy that emphasizes their sovereignty and rejects the authority of laws and political bodies. One of the most prominent examples of this movement was the public legal dispute between actor Wesley Snipes and the U.S. government in 2011. Known for his roles in Hollywood, Snipes got involved in a tax evasion case that highlighted the relationship between the law, philosophy, and stardom. Snipes claimed to be a non-resident alien, free from U.S. tax rules on the grounds of his supposed sovereignty, which was a key component of his case. Snipes made passionate remarks and attempted to cite convoluted legal defenses, but the judge was not persuaded. In the end, he was found guilty of conspiring to cheat the government and willfully failing to file tax returns, which carried a penalty of 3 years in federal prison. The legal errors and intrinsic contradictions of the sovereign citizen movement were best exemplified by Snipes' case. Advocates of exemption from political control, they are nevertheless answerable to the judicial system. The story acts as a warning, emphasizing the unquestionable strength of the law, and showing the foolishness of adopting radical ideas at odds with accepted legal standards. 3. The Twinkie defense. The Twinkie defense came to light during Dan White's 1979 trial. White was the man responsible for the infamous assassinations of Supervisor Harvey Milk and San Francisco Mayor George Moscone. White's defense team presented a novel case, arguing that his ingestion of junk food, specifically Twinkies, was a sign of his weakened state of mind at the time of the killings. This defense helped White's conviction be reduced from first-degree murder to voluntary manslaughter, even though it did not result in his acquittal. White's counsel attempted to highlight his declining mental state by citing the so-called Twinkie defense, stressing that his allegedly poor diet was a sign of underlying psychological suffering. Despite being widely derided and denounced as a weak attempt to place the blame elsewhere, the defense was successful in casting doubt on White's mental condition, which eventually affected the jury's verdict. White's impaired capacity plea lessened the severity of his punishment, even though the court did not fully accept it. The verdict of the trial generated discussion and controversy and brought attention to the difficulties associated with mental health while considering criminal responsibility. The Twinkie defense has left a lasting legacy as a cautionary story that highlights the possible impact of seemingly little details in court cases and sparks ongoing discussion about the relationship between mental health and the law. 4. The Pants lawsuit. A Washington, D.C. administrative law judge gained national prominence in 2007 when she filed an astounding $67 million lawsuit against a nearby dry cleaner for a misplaced pair of trousers, setting off a peculiar court drama that captured the public's interest. The judge's bold assertion focused on the dry cleaner's conspicuously placed satisfaction guaranteed sign, which he contended represented a legally enforceable agreement. In his view, the cleaner's inability to fulfill this commitment, that is, his pants being misplaced, amounted to a contract violation that caused him great emotional pain. This minor disagreement turned into a courtroom drama that attracted public attention and amusement. Both legal professionals and members of the public found the judge's demand to be extremely large and the underlying theory to be ludicrous. But in the end, the court quickly threw out the lawsuit, ruling it was pointless and unfounded. The judge's attempt to turn a small annoyance into a multi-million-dollar bonanza was rebuked by the court, which serves as a lesson about the boundaries of legal redress and the ramifications of engaging in needless litigation. Although the absurd premise of the Pants lawsuit briefly captivated the public's attention, its prompt rejection highlighted the significance of judicial discretion in differentiating between justifiable complaints and baseless accusations. 5. The mask dispute. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, heated arguments over mask requirements played out in court, serving as a symbol of larger social unrest. A judge in Florida approached a lawyer who obstinately refused to wear a mask during a hearing, claiming a supposed medical exemption. This was a notable instance. The judge promptly found him in contempt of court and directed that he be removed from the proceedings, despite the attorney's insistence. This confrontation perfectly captured the delicate balance that exists between individual liberty and public health regulations, as lawyers disagreed about whether mask laws should be enforced. The episode demonstrated the difficulties judicial authorities confront in striking a balance between individual rights and preferences and public safety imperatives, underscoring the significant influence of the pandemic on legal proceedings and courtroom etiquette. These incidents serve as a reminder of the erratic character of court cases and the occasionally outlandish arguments made by defendants and their lawyers. As we've explored these riveting courtroom moments, it becomes evident that the halls of justice are not immune to the unexpected and the surreal. From the audacious lemon law defense to the contentious battles over mask mandates, these stories offer a glimpse into the complexities of human behavior and the intricate workings of the legal system. In the realm of law, where truth and consequence intersect, the pursuit of justice often takes unexpected twists and turns. These cases, though bizarre and sometimes amusing, serve as poignant reminders of the enduring power of the law and the resilience of legal principles in the face of unconventional challenges. As we bid farewell to this journey through the most outrageous courtroom incidents, let us reflect on the enduring lessons they impart. They remind us of the importance of sound legal reasoning, the need for judicial discretion, and the delicate balance between individual rights and societal well-being. So, as we step out of the courtroom and into the world beyond, let us carry with us the wisdom gleaned from these extraordinary tales, ever mindful of the unpredictable nature of justice and the enduring quest for truth. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the craziest courtroom moments of all time. Would you like it? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channels for more interesting and informative videos.